We are here in beautiful Taipei, Taiwan at Computex 2025, and do we have a video for you? Huge shout out to Intel and ASRock for sponsoring this video, but we are going to talk about something that is brand new for the Intel Core Ultra 200S processors that is going to make your world better and things run faster. Number two, we're going to talk about the Intel ARC B580 and even the announcement of the B60 and B50 a little bit. And then lastly, we're going to talk about how some new Intel technologies are going to make something you don't like to hear about actually relevant. If that wasn't enough, you need to stay tuned because we're going to tell you all about that right here, right now on Robeytech. There's a lot to cover, and you guys love it when I bring subject matter experts here on the show. But this time, I'm going to let you introduce your guys' self. So let's start with you.
My name is Robert Halleck, and I run the Intel channel business, all enthusiast DIY.
Hi there, I'm Chris from ASRock. I'm in charge of global motherboard and monitor business.
So we're going to start with probably the most exciting announcement because there hasn't been anything like this in the industry that I can think of. So let's talk about 200S Boost. Okay? What is it, and how did this come to be?
Yeah, it's the world's first warranty-protected overclocking, which is a little weird.
It's mind-blowing, actually.
But that's basically what it is. We recognized after some work that there was headroom in the product, which is really only something you can see like once you're shipping, right? You have a bunch of units in the field. You go, man, we might be able to do something with that. We can turn it into a feature, and then you can go through an extra round of validation to make it happen.
So when you think about like what this means, because you guys are innovating a lot, right? Like got to watch the Lunar Lake, and then even the big changes that you guys made with this with the current Core Ultra generation. What does this mean for the future? Are we going to see stuff like this, you think, moving forward? Just because of the number of like people testing and the fact that you guys are learning about the new platform?
I mean, overclocking is both awesome and challenging, right? Because especially on modern CPUs, you've got fabric and memory controller and CPU frequency. Like, there's a lot. So you can get about 85, 90% of the goodness by packing it all together in one option. It's not for everyone, but for most people, yeah, it's enough.
And then when you think about it, like for those of us who overclocked before, right? Yep. It's not an easy thing. You just talked about just some of the things, right? Like we have experts like Splave and all these people whose whole job is just to do this. Yeah. You guys got significant boost, right? Like where did this number come from? Like was it just like you guys had like data and you were like, hey, look at this like range that we have here. Like where does that come from?
Well, actually, it's thanks to our partners, actually. When we look at these motherboards that companies like ASRock manufacture, they're well in excess of the capabilities we design as a reference design motherboard. And that extra capability allows us to take advantage of features like this in the market.
So let's talk about the nuts and bolts of it, okay? So when you think about like somebody, they get a Core Ultra 200 series, basically CPU, they pop it in. Yep. How does it work? How does it function? You have an ASRock motherboard and like you have to go tweak a bunch of stuff. Like what happens?
Not really. Before overclocking, it's always like it's a complicated, it's an expert job, but it's not anymore. Since 200S Boost launched. Because one good news is, on the back of us is whole, ASRock new Z890 motherboards lined up here, and we have released the latest BIOS which supports the 200S Boost. Just simply by one click, you get the performance boost up to 16%. That's incredible,
And it's not just the CPU clocks, right? There's also stuff with memory. It's like a whole thing.
It's actually no CPU clocks at all. That's the radical part. So like overclocking has really changed.
Right.
And I'm not convinced that everybody has like followed how it has changed, right? It used to be all core frequency, lots of headroom. Yep. And that's just not how CPUs are designed anymore, right? We're trying to get all the frequency possible out of the box. But there's all this other stuff, memory controller, memory speed, fabric from the CPU to the memory controller. There's lots of other stuff, and AMD and Intel both have this. So overclocking got a lot more complicated really fast. And now it's not just focusing on the CPU cores, you have to do all that other stuff too, and a lot of people, they don't know. So how do you make it easy for them?
Well, for most of us, it hasn't been.
Well, that's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah. Not only do people now have this power, but the other thing too is they don't have to worry about it because there is one big difference here. Because back in the day when you used to overclock, there was something that went away.
Exactly.
A warranty. A warranty.
I didn't even have to say it. They knew. Like they're all like, yes, we have performed that PR state.
Yes, we've all been in the gray area before.
Exactly.
But this time, if you turn it on, Does the ASRock warranty go away?
No, absolutely not. I mean, this time Intel is really doing a great job in terms of overclocking things, especially this 200S boost. Because before, every time we talk about overclocking things, there's always a disclaimer saying, oh, it's not covered by warranty, but this time it's not. So
we're covered by ASRock and we're covered by Intel.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. How widespread is this? How hard is it to actually have this? If I'm watching this right now and I got a brand new 285K and I've got free copies of Civ 7 and all the great things that come with it, I'm already excited, but I want to get extra boost. How do I do it?
You turn it on in the BIOS.
You just
one option.
Go into the BIOS setup. There's one item called 200S boost. Just click enable, done.
And it's all these boards? All the Z890
boards? All these boards.
Yeah.
That is crazy, guys. Okay, so we talked about CPUs. Now it's time to talk about GPUs. So let's start with this. ASRock, you guys make a lot of ARC cards. You want to tell us a little bit about what options people have? Because I think people are like, right now, cards are hard to come by because they've been so popular, but now they're starting to become more available. So with the options, what do we got?
I would like to say first, thanks for Intel, because we work with Intel for ARC product lines since 2-3 years ago, and we're also the first partner to work with Intel. This time, I think, because now everything's AI, right? So this time, we also trying to show something different, from the gaming into the AI series.
There's also these that are just sitting here that people are like, that
what
doesn't look like a fit. So let's unveil the thing that was kind of a surprise, right? Like everybody was not ready for this. What do we got right here?
So these two cards are the latest ARC version. We call that ARC Pro B60. It's designed for AI.
Right.
Before the Battle Mage, the B580 is great for gaming, but this is for AI. In terms of a GPU, the most important thing for the AI is a VRAM for sure. For sure. Okay. Before it's a 12 gigabyte, that's for gaming, but this time it's a 24 gigabyte. It's really amazing for AI performance. And also, a lot of people buy these kind of AI cards. They install in the workstation, do the AI things. So these two cards, we make it as different than different from the gaming cards. We use the blower version. Also,
look how thin that is, like single slot. So cool.
And the thing is, Robert, you would agree with this. Like back in the day when you were like, oh, I'm gonna get a creator card with thousands, kidneys. You might be donating plasma. You know what I mean? You're like, I gotta pay for this. But actually, with the announcement they made yesterday, these cards are very affordable. Now, for the ASRock, we haven't announced the price specifically.
That's true.
But we saw $300 at the event yesterday. So, if you're excited, you want to get into this stuff. There's a real chance here with these cards, even for enthusiasts, not just professionals, which is actually super cool. If somebody if they got one of these cards, they want to kind of start to dabble, and guys, we're going to get into real world examples here as well. We'll get there. Don't worry. Tell me about AI Playground. What is that?
So we recognize that AI is still emerging in the market and will continue to emerge for another couple years, right? It's just a reality. Every user is encountering AI and something useful on their own, but we recognize that we have to get something started, right? So we created AI Playground, which bundles a bunch of AI models into one app, like super resolution, bunch of different LLMs, image upscaling, image generation, cutting edge models, and it's just totally free. You can run it on all of our new mobile CPUs, you can run it on ARC GPUs, and it's just a way to try these models and experience them. And you can even plug in models that don't come with the program if you want. But the real purpose of a GPU like this is to actually design an AI application, right? To do inferencing.
Sounds like an easy application for users to get into the AI world,
that's right? And then Intel has we have 500 different AI models up and running, and all of them work on ARC.
Wow.
So if you're an actual developer, you actually have the largest library of AI models validated running on GPU with Intel.
Let's go show people real world examples because ever since last year, things have been progressing. Okay, so now guys, it's about talking about when the rubber meets the road. What we actually have here is a real real-life functional AI that improves your gaming experience in 2 different ways, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But before we get to that, I want to talk, Chris, a little bit about the system that obviously this is running on and what we have from ASRock for this.
Sure, Justin. So this is what we call is a full DIY water cooling system build, and we're using the Z890 Taichi Aqua motherboards, which is a full
Beautiful
water cooling motherboard.
Yeah,
It's beautiful with Arrow-Lake processors with an NPU inside.
Yep.
So on this demo systems, we're mainly to show to what AI can benefit to the gamers, right? Because usually people think about, oh, AI is related to productivity things.
right.
But this time we're going to show the real benefits to the gamers.
right.
So there's 2 demos that we're going to talk about here. And this is like the birth of agentization and AI in terms of gaming, right? So let's talk about the first one. Let's talk about this model that we have, right? And we're showing Valorant, and what is happening is as players hit different aspects as they're playing, it's giving hints. How does the NPU, how does Intel make something like
How
this?
does it even work? Yeah, okay, so there's this emerging trend in AI called agentic AI, and this is like the cutting edge of AI development, and it's this idea that you can have an AI model that sort of anticipates your needs and acts like as an agent for you to do something. So agentic AI in this case, we're using object recognition models or image recognition models to like literally identify the level you're in, the course you're taking through the level. It can kind of slice it in many different ways, but then based on the context the model is seeing, what you are doing, it will actually give you hints and tips of how to play relative to the thing you're trying to do. And so there's a new wave of these basically esports coaching apps that detect from thousands of games played, tens of thousands of games played, hey man, if you'd used that ability on that guy, you probably would have won instead of losing, right? So it's like, it can be even very specific, tactical, do this, not that kind of suggestions for new players.
Okay, so when we think about how the NPU, like why the NPU, why does the NPU make this so much better?
Great question, because if we didn't have an NPU, this stuff would be running on your CPU or GPU and your game would be slower.
Kind of occupy your CPU resources.
Right. You would lose frames.
One of the other demos that we're going to show, and I'm going to do a little live alt tab, which we've done and tested this. This is actually using XSplit to use the NPU to actually, and you're actually watching it right here, it's real. Yep. We'll show you you're seeing some B-roll of that. This is using the NPU to do the camera blurring. Even with the other agents that you might have for running this stuff, NPUs, I mean, if you start compounding and stacking this is going to make a big difference on game.
I mean, this is kind of the point of the NPU in the gaming market, right? That the user wants all of the CPU for their game, of course. They want all of the GPU for their game, of course. Okay, so what do you use?
Exactly.
Right? So something else had to give. So you either put it on the graphics card and give up performance, nobody wants that, or you use an NPU. And the NPU is perfect for like long running background stuff that would subtract performance from you usually, but now we can put it somewhere and you get extra frames per second out of it.
And then if you're using Core Ultra 200S Boost, right? That is not hurting. Like the NPU you're getting, that you still get that boost in performance.
The NPU is a little faster actually with
there you
200S
go.
boost.
So you're actually getting a little bit of a boost out of that as well. But it's not, you're getting all of the benefits, but the NPU is doing what it specializes in.
That's right. And you're getting full GPU CPU performance for the game where it should be.
Yeah.
And the thing that's so important about this, when you look at buying products from ASRock or buying a Core Ultra from Intel, is that the NPU is an important part. That is a needed part of this to be able to have these kind of applications as they start to stack up with it.
Yeah, the important thing to know, like AI is going to be on CPU, it's going to be on GPU, it's going to be on NPU, and it's important for us as representatives of the industry, right, to help decide for you so you don't really have to think about it, but it's going to use all three, and in gaming cases, NPU is the clear winner.
So when we think about the future, like, and you talk about, it's funny because I've always called it agentization, but agentic AI. What are you excited about? What are some of the things that you've seen in this space that I know.
Yeah, this is
with
cool.
What you can talk about, but
it's okay. So imagine like a very complicated piece of software, like a creative package, right? There's a million tools, takes forever to learn them. Some of these companies are starting to put like voice to text almost, but you're controlling the application now by asking it to do something, right? Because the application knows itself better than you probably do. The model certainly does, because it's seen hundreds of thousands of permutations. You haven't. So it can actually use itself, right? So if you don't know the tool, don't know the feature, you just ask it to do something, and it will take care of it for you. And that's like that's an entirely new usage model that makes it really easy for people to use these advanced pieces of software that may have been too daunting before, and we're just starting to see that.
Now there's one other thing that you guys are using in this PC that's AI that a lot of people, it's like for gamers, they don't even know, but they're using it, and that's XeSS too, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so again, all in all, like,
feature.
yeah, so the thing is that even with the ARC B580, that is something like for gamers, we've been actually using it for the longest time, right? Because again, it's allowing GPUs to punch above their weight class, and we're getting much longer lasting out of getting to play those games. So if somebody wants to get into this and they see the opportunity and they know that the future is coming, how do they do that?
I mean, they just need a Core Ultra product, or that could be in a desktop or a notebook. It could be an ASRock graphics card.
Yes, ASRock graphics card, ASRock motherboards.
That's right.
With ARC CPUs, with an MPU inside.
We just try to keep it pretty uniform. Like, all of our parts generally support the same stuff.
Which, I mean, the cool thing is, guys, all you got to do, if you want to get into this, you see this world, you're excited. I mean, honestly, Intel's a great opportunity to go and look at it on the CPU side, on the GPU side, and then, of course, ASRock for the different hardware. So go check them out. Guys, Chris, Robert, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And let's wrap this video up. Okay, guys, we covered an absolute ton, and I want to give a huge shout out to both Robert and Chris for hanging out with me and helping us explain all of this amazing technology. Now, let me tell you, it was hot on the floor, but that is nothing compared to being out here. Remember, if you got an Intel Core Ultra 200S processor, make sure you go click on that one-button boost and get that performance you didn't even know you had. And remember, it's all covered under warranty. Number two, if you have an Intel ARC B580 card, maybe a B50 or B60, go check out AI Playground. You can get that over at the Intel ARC website. We'll have a link down in the description below for you. And number three, if you're looking at building a PC, maybe you've never thought about ASRock, you should go check them out. They got amazing motherboards, GPUs, and you know what? You might just find the parts that you want, and especially those beautiful white ones, guys. That build looked so sick. Anyway, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to Intel and ASRock for sponsoring today's video, and a couple of questions for you. Let us know down in the comments below. Number one, what do you think about the one-button overclock? I mean, is that pretty impressive? And the fact that you actually get to keep your warranty. Number two, what do you guys think about low-cost creator cards? Things like the B50 and the B60, and even the Intel ARC B580. Is this something that you're looking for in terms of putting it in your build? I'd love to know that. And number three, agentic AI. I know we didn't say AI in the intro. Yes, it was a little bait and switch, but do you feel like anything here is relevant? And what do you guys think about where they're thinking about using AI in gaming? Love to know that down in the comments below. Now, while you're down there, make sure you slap that subscribe button, whip that like button, and ring that notification bell so you get a notification each and every time we post a video like this right here at Robeytech. And plus, I mean, you get to see amazing things like this. Also, if you have any other questions, you just want to talk about AI, hardware, what GPU you should buy, head over to our Discord server, discord.gg/Robeytech. It's an amazing place to meet other tech and PC enthusiasts. Maybe ask these questions. You know what? You might just make a friend. Also, make sure you follow us on all the other social media platforms at Robeytech, absolutely everywhere. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed Taipei 101, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.